was like, yeah, it's an earthquake.
So how are the levels? Are the levels good?
Yeah.
Brittany pretending to
How
know.
are the levels and how are the knobs?
Yeah, are all the knobs in the right place?
You got all the right buttons pressed over there, Maxim?
Yeah, Maxim. Brittany, for the first time ever in her fucking life, was like, how are the levels?
So what about,
like,
I
she has
care
any
about
idea,
the tech.
like, either of us have any idea what we're talking about. We like show up and Maxim does everything.
Or it's like, I don't know, maybe something happened between me and Maxim that we haven't talked about, and I'm trying to do some kind of power move where I'm like, I'm like micromanaging him.
You're trying to big dog
behind
him?
the curtain.
Trying to big dog him and be like, can you check on the levels
Check
again?
the levels.
I don't know. We also don't even
I
have
don't know, the levels feel weird to me from over here.
we don't even have headphones on, so we have no idea.
I don't even know what levels are. It's the height of the sound, right?
Yeah, it's the height of the sound. It's the height of the sound.
Height of the sound. It's the width of the noise. That's what levels are, right, Maxim?
It's like how big or small it is in your ears. That's what the levels are.
At Ambush the other day, there was like a bunch of comics there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was talking. I had to tell them to be quiet. It felt really bad. But then every time I had to talk to someone, I was like worried about me talking too loud because I just told everyone else, don't talk.
Like doing exactly what
then
Lucas does?
I was talking a bunch. And I went up to someone, I can't remember who, and hold on. And I said something to them, and then I was like, I said something to them, and I was making a thing of like saying it, but then trying to direct the noise into their ears so I didn't have to say it loud. And I was like, hey, you're up next. But I don't know, whatever I said.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're up next. And then I pushed my hands out and pushed the air into their ears.
So it like funneled the
So it
noise.
funneled the sound waves into their ears. And whoever it was, I don't know. I can't remember who it was, but I definitely didn't know them like well enough to be that weird. It was like probably like Tim Smith or something.
Yeah.
Who I know, but it's like I've never done that type
He's
of
a
thing.
big weirdo, so I feel like
he's weird too.
it would
Everyone
be
there
fun.
was weird and fun.
Everybody on that lineup was weird.
That was a good show.
Yeah. No, that was a fun show.
Anyway, welcome to Worthless Clowns.
Welcome to Worthless Clowns.
Podcast about
Clowns.
stupid.
Sorry, we're having a stroke. How are the levels?
Worthless Clowns, a podcast about how stupid we all are. I'm Brittany Cardwell, Bertonis Cardwell on Instagram.
And I'm Ali O'Neill. You can follow me on Instagram at It's Ali O'Neill. Follow us on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube. Fucking, it's something like, it's also like something like 70% of our listeners are not subscribed. Like you can see in the analytics how many people who watch your podcast who are not subscribed. So just subscribe to it.
That's like the way I listen to Spotify.
Yeah, same.
Like,
I do the same
haven't
thing.
like said anything I like.
Yeah.
So it looks like I'm not subscribed to anything. Really.
Yeah. We should all subscribe to the podcasts that we like.
Yeah, especially the women. Come on.
Yeah, support.
It's all the women. They haven't subscribed
all
yet.
of these
we
white
got
women.
99% men on the videos.
I know.
I mean, don't leave, but let some other people in.
White women more now than ever need to be supported.
Yeah.
They're definitely not super annoying in the media or anything.
Yeah. And send in your stupid stories. We'd love to read them on the pod. We've had a few. I think there's one or two that haven't come out yet.
Mm-hmm.
Those will be fun. And we love getting them.
Yeah, we love getting stupid stories. Please.
You can email us at worthlessclownspod@gmail.com or DM us on Instagram or whatever. Yeah.
Do whatever, reach us however you need to.
Yeah.
Brittany, what's up?
What's up? We had an earthquake today.
Oh, yes.
And the earthquake episode is going to come out
It's going to come out in July.
August.
Yeah.
We got to. So one of our listeners messaged us on Instagram like months ago and was like, hey, some of these are out of order.
Oh, yeah.
Because like the Christmas one happened in February or something.
Yeah.
And then they're like, they were just joking about it. But then they're like, your Valentine's Day one's going to come out in July, huh? And then
we made the same joke on
And then we
that
made
episode.
the same joke on the episode. Yeah, which we just released.
Yeah. And we're like, call in.
Yeah.
Whatever that joke is.
Yeah.
I don't even remember that joke at all. So I'm just like, call in right now.
It's the David Cross sketch on, what's the show called? The something show. I can't remember.
Mr.
anything
Show?
right now. Mr. Show? Yeah.
You don't have to describe it again.
I'm not going to describe it again.
You've described it so many times and I still don't understand.
We've talked about it like 10 times on the pod.
And also look up the one where they blow up the moon.
Yeah.
That's a good sketch.
But yeah, we had an earthquake today.
We had an earthquake, yeah. I was like working on the couch and Dave was there and Betty started going like... like looking around.
But she always does that. You're like, oh, the new lamp?
But more than, yeah, I mean, she is like that, but just like out of nowhere. And I'm like, what's going on? And then I felt the rumble. It was pretty crazy.
It was crazy. Did she run all over?
No. She was just like, what the fuck? She like got up. She was on the couch, but she got up and she was like, what the hell's going on?
What can I smell to do something about this?
I know, yeah. But I felt like she knew what was happening before.
They do. They always do.
There was probably like very small tremors that we can't feel, but like animals can or sense or whatever.
You know, in the 1700s, before they had the seismic trackers, they would just put a bunch of dogs along the
tectonic plates.
Yeah, along the along the what do you call it? What do you call it? The fault line. Like the big fault lines.
They just put a bunch of dogs
there. They'd line up dogs. They would just feed them there. They'd put them out. They'd send them out on their little runs once a day.
Whoa.
I'm making it up.
Fuck. God damn it, Brittany.
I can't believe you.
I really believed you.
And I laughed.
You're such a piece of shit.
Halfway through. I laughed. I couldn't keep it in.
Oh my God. I got so good. I don't fucking know. I was thinking like canaries in coal mines. That was a real thing. Fuck.
Maybe it is real. Sometimes I say stuff that I think is stupid and it's a real thing. So.
What? Like what?
I don't know.
Give one other example of that.
Well, I didn't think it was stupid at the time, but remember we talked about on it before where when I was a kid, I was like, man, we got to stop ignoring boogers. Because what if boogers have some special property in them that helps us and we are not going to see it because we think it's so gross.
And then you read a scientific paper.
And then as an adult, I read a paper that was like, hey,
and you ended up being right.
Boogers have healing properties.
That's why I always pick my nose and rub them on my cuts. Ever since you said that, now I'm all infected.
Yeah.
Just all over. Dude, okay. Oh, I have a little gift for you.
Oh.
It's a tiny gift. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Fill the dead air.
All right, I'll talk about my earthquake. Wait. Maxim, on the way in, Maxim was telling me about his earthquake experience. He's like, yeah, I didn't know what it was. I thought it was the wind. And then I was like, oh, it's not the wind. It must be a nuclear bomb going off. So he went to the window to look for a mushroom cloud.
Wow. I love how it was wind and then nuclear holocaust.
He went so far so quickly.
It's such a funny like series of shit. Okay.
And then I was in my apartment working. I felt it and I was like, at first I was like, oh, it's a train, you know?
Also, sometimes like the wind we live in like apartment buildings that are like, mine's 6 stories tall. I don't know how.
If it's very windy, you can feel it.
Yeah, totally. And so
mine's
I thought
6
it was
as well,
that.
but it's really wide.
Yeah.
Yours is wide too.
Yeah.
But so I was like, oh, it's a train. Because Katrina does live right over a train. Mm-hmm. And when you're in her apartment, you feel it like pretty often. So I think that felt like a good explanation to me. And then I was like, that doesn't make any sense. I'm like far away enough. You can't feel it. And I'm on the 4th floor. Yeah, never happened here before.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yeah, it's an earthquake. And then I walked over to I wasn't like that.
Yeah, nobody was actually scared except for Betty.
I was a little scared because, I walked under the frame of a door, you know, and was like.
You did?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I mean, because in New Zealand, they had earthquakes constantly.
Oh, so you had like a reaction.
I had enough of like, oh, I should do this.
Yeah.
You know? And then as I was under it, I was like a little scared because I was like, oh, yeah, there have been times where it felt kind of like this before. And then there was a big thing.
It got huge. Yeah.
Yeah.
It usually ramps up.
I was like a little worried about that happening. But one thing I love about the earthquake is like everyone's description is similar to that one Tim Robinson sketch where they're like all in an office building and some big noise. You hear some big noise and then some guy goes, some guy's like, oh, I thought that was like a truck backing up into the building.
Oh, yeah.
And someone's like, Tim's like, I thought it was a volcano. Yeah. Something like it crazy.
And then Tim Robinson is Maxim. Maxim's
exactly.
Maxim's like, I thought it was nuclear holocaust. He's like, it's probably the wind or a nuke. Can't tell which one it is.
Yeah. Sometimes I hear an airplane and I'm like, this is it.
Yeah, same thing. Same thing with helicopters. There's mad helicopters in Bed-Stuy, and I'll hear like multiple of them, and I'm like,
because the sound gets so distorted. I'm like, I've never heard that version of an airplane yet.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Well, what's the gift?
Okay, so there's another event happening soon. We're gonna, from New York City, be able to see a partial solar eclipse on Monday. So I bought
oh my God, yeah!
eclipse glasses for all of my friends.
Hell yeah. Can we see it well from here? Because everyone's traveling up north.
Well, we can, so I looked up, you can see 90% totality.
Oh, hell yeah.
So it's
what time of day?
It's going to be at like 4 p.m. You should look it up. But this shit you can't see anything out of.
Thank you for these.
Of course, I gave Dave some, and I gave James some. And so now, dude, aren't they cool to put on?
I can see this light. That makes sense.
I can't. Oh yeah, I can just barely.
I can see the really bright studio light.
But you'll be able to, dude. Fucking hell yeah. We should do the podcast like this.
There's that one computer light that I hate. You know?
Oh yeah. Totally.
We should do.
Have you taken yours off yet?
Yeah, I took them off.
Oh, okay.
I thought you could see me, even though I know how these work.
Yeah. No, you can't see them at all. But
I was like, check out this facial expression. Not while you had them on.
I'm so confused.
It doesn't make sense.
Dude, I'm going to do the rest of the pod like this.
Yeah, this is like a...
You'll have no idea if I have my eyes closed.
Lizzie Cassidy and Andrea Allen's pod where they wear
where they were like silly,
and weird hats.
I guess I'm going to give them these like after the eclipse because there's not going to be another one for like 375 years or something.
Really?
Yeah. Well,
wasn't there an eclipse? There was one over COVID.
In 2017.
Oh, I thought it was over COVID.
There was one in 2017, and you know how I know that? Because me and my mother and my boyfriend at the time drove down to North Carolina to view the eclipse in totality. We took a road trip.
Was it worth it?
Yeah. It was really cool. And it was like when it's getting to like 90% totality, when you get into like that range, when it starts getting dark. So you know what pinhole shadows are?
I think so, yeah.
So, like, we would look, there would be like a tree above us, and you'd look at the ground, at the, like, shadow of the tree, and all the shadows would look like a tiny eclipse.
Oh, yeah.
It was really crazy.
I think I did see that.
Yeah.
So, I must be thinking of the 2017 one, and I got confused because I just know I was at my parents' place.
Oh, yeah, maybe you saw it. I don't know.
I saw it. For sure.
Yeah.
But I thought it was in COVID because that's when I was with them for such a long period.
It probably wasn't totality over there, or was it? Maybe it was. I don't know.
It was cool though. Awesome. Thank you.
Of course.
Yeah.
I got them for all my friends. God, I should have brought some for Maxim.
Did you get them from the library?
No, I bought them online.
Oh.
I Amazoned them.
Someone's telling me they're free at the library too.
Yeah, that's how we got them when we were in North Carolina because it was like fucking impossible to find them anywhere.
Hell yeah, I can't wait.
Dude, fuck yeah. You're going to go on your outside and look up at the sky.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do.
I mean, maybe me and Katrina will do it.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Or maybe I'll, I don't know. Maybe I'll start work early and then leave early or something.
Yeah. You just have to go outside. It's probably going to last like 20 minutes.
I know how it works.
You just Brittany, you have to go outside.
I just want it to be the end of my day rather than
and you have to look at the sun.
Going outside and then having to see that and then look at a paper. You know?
Yeah. No,
like
totally.
That sounds awful to me.
No, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to have awe at the end of my day.
Yeah.
And I want to think about how much awe I was in for a couple hours.
Okay. Brittany's planning.
You know, awe.
Brittany's scheduling her awe. Oh God. I also have more news, which I already told you.
I got some news too,
but I haven't talked about on the pod. We had to put the old stinky cat down.
Dr. Funk.
R.I.P. Dr. Funk.
Dave's cat. Old cat.
Yep.
I never met her, but I saw a lot of pictures. And
she was very sweet. She was an angel from heaven. I loved her.
Sad.
She was just like really not doing well, and like you can just tell. And so we took her to the vet to be put down, and they like let you like before they like hook them up to all the shit that gives them the drugs.
Yeah.
And like they let you have like a moment with the cat, and then Dave was like, "You were a great cat," and like started crying and stuff like that. And he's like, "Remember that time that I shit my pants at the vet and you noticed?" And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, one time I was taking her to the vet and I was really hungover and I shit my pants. And as I shit my pants, Dr. Funk like looked up at me and was like, what the hell?
That's so funny. And him being introing
in
it like,
tears.
remember when?
Yeah. And
like it's a shared,
yeah.
like truly shared memory.
And because that cat is 19, it happened 20 years ago, probably. And then, oh my God, and then the vet comes in and she's like, okay, so she walks us through the whole process. Yeah. She's like, all right, we're going to give her propofol. This is the good shit. That's what she said. She said, this is the good shit.
Did she say who they save it for? Who's getting the bad shit?
Yeah, I know. I think what she...
Does she first give you a survey of like how good the pet is?
Yeah.
Is this a good dog?
Yeah, I know. Because if it's a bad dog, we just light it on fire.
Yeah. To prep it for hell.
Yeah.
So it's our hell prep course.
Yeah.
Like it's like academic.
Yeah. All right. And we're also going to peel your skin off over and over again and regenerate it.
You'll get used to it.
Yeah.
You'll get used to it.
So it's going to be just like this, but for eternity. There's also going to be a bunch of vacuum cleaners going on. Pet hell. Pet hell vacuum cleaners. Fucking write that shit down.
There's a hairball all the time in your throat.
And then the vet was like, just to let you guys know, I might cry with you because my dad died on Monday. And we were like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I am so sorry. And then Dave was like, is there anybody else who can do this? And she was like, nope, just me. And then she didn't fucking cry.
Okay, she didn't cry. I wonder if she had cried, because it doesn't sound like she said this part. Like, I'm going to cry. Don't worry about supporting me emotionally, though.
Well,
I know this is for you guys.
Well, I think like what she was trying to communicate was like, I'm not crying because
No, because you're dog, because you're stupid. Oh, cat, sorry.
No, that's also not what I'm saying. I'm not crying because the process of euthanasia is sad.
Yeah.
I think she was like in big support of euthanasia and like supported the decision.
Totally.
And she was like, I'm not crying because like I think this is the wrong idea.
Yeah.
I'm crying because my father passed 6 days ago.
Yes.
Which is like so crazy.
But had she cried, wouldn't you feel a little like uncertain about whether you should comfort her?
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Weird...
Probably not. I mean, I don't know. I've made my therapist cry before and I don't worry about that.
Yeah, but you're not aware that like, it's not like you were like, oh, she's crying because her dad died 6 days ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, that's funny though.
I know. She was like, my dad died 6 days ago. And we're like, okay, sorry.
Just don't misinterpret my tears.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It was really crazy. And then we went and had a big burger after. It was fun.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh. It was actually a nice day.
Man, my dog, Claire.
Mm-hmm.
Claire's Accessories.
Yeah.
Named after the store.
Famously.
Men's Warehouse.
Famously, the dog named Men's Warehouse.
She was the best dog. But we found out really abruptly that she was sick. She had like a bunch of stomach cancer, apparently. We didn't know. We didn't know. She just started acting really like depressed. Was like not moving, couldn't do anything, wasn't eating. We took her in after, I don't know, a few days. We were like, this looks really bad. We took her in and they told us, and it was like immediate. Like a day later, they put her down. But so me and my dad went in, and this isn't funny. It's just we went in. You get to say goodbye.
Yeah.
They inject you're petting her.
They give him the good shit.
Yeah. And then she just gets real sleepy.
Yeah.
And my dad cried.
Yeah.
It was very sad. And they did a little paw print thing for us.
Oh, that's nice.
Where they had this like clay thing.
Yeah.
And she was dead when they did the paw, though. I think I saw that part and I was like, it's weird to see.
Yeah.
Or maybe I just knew she was dead when they did the paw.
Yeah.
Right? So we got this thing in our house that has her paw and it just says Claire.
Yeah.
Claire's Accessories. It's got flowers everywhere. It's got some gaudy jewelry.
Yeah.
Just
cheap
shoved into
jewelry.
It. Yeah. It looks bedazzled.
Yeah. And then kids' backpacks.
Yeah.
A fake cell phone, a bunch of
a feathery pen.
Temporary tattoos. To commemorate Claire's Accessories, the dog.
That's so funny. Clip-on nose ring.
Yeah. That your mom's gonna yell at you for. Yep.
Man, that's sad though.
Yeah. Well, R.I.P. Funky. Everybody pour one out for Funky.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Funk. What's your news?
Well, I finally got lunch with Josh Johnson and Lucas Connolly, who co-produced my show with me, Ambush, every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday in Brooklyn.
Ebbs Brewing in Williamsburg. It's a very fun show. You should come. But we've been talking about like catching up for so long, and then it was Josh's birthday a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
We're supposed to have lunch with him.
His
he got
birthday
sick.
is on the day that my mom died.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's March 6th, right?
Huh. Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was, because it was an ambush day, too.
Yeah. And we were all there, and I was like, happy birthday.
Oh, that's right.
I was like, happy birthday, Josh. And then
that's
all of my friends were like, hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really sad about Josh's birthday.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't believe Josh Johnson
he's getting all the attention today.
I can't believe Josh Johnson gets to live another year.
Yeah. That's so funny. Anyway, we finally got lunch together. And the three of us went to Barnes & Noble. And I was like, oh, I've been thinking I might read Dune. Because I just saw the first movie like a month ago. Then I saw the Dune 2. And we all got copies of Dune. And we have this picture where it's like we got friendship books.
That's so funny.
Isn't that ridiculous?
You should post it on the Ambush.
I will. Oh, on Ambush. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
And then we were all like, yeah, but don't ask me about it. Don't ask me about it. I don't know when I'm going to start. And I'm like, I can't read like I used to read. Because I read too much for work. So I can't read books anymore.
Yeah.
It sucks. And I was like, yeah, I don't know when I'll start. Don't text me about this.
Dude, this is the most stressful book club of all time. You're like, we buy the books, we don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Don't ask me about it. Don't ask me how far I am.
Yeah. I meant to tell this on a pod before when I saw the first Dune recently. So when I watch movies or TV, I don't like the captions on.
Okay. I always watch with the captions on.
I get really distracted by them. I'm truly just reading.
Yeah.
And I can't not do it. And then I'm like, I just feel like I'm reading and thinking about reading. Like I'm not watching the movie as much as I would if there were no captions.
Gotcha.
So it bothers me. And then sometimes when I'm at Dwayne's, the captions are on and I'm like, hey, can we turn these off? Because I'm like really distracted. Like if we don't need them, if it's not like trying to keep it down or something.
Yeah.
So he knows I hate the captions. We put on Dune 1.
Yeah.
And the opening part is like, I forget exactly what's happening, but there's someone.
It's Zendaya narrating.
It's a narrator and it's in a different language, right?
Yeah.
And then there's like, it shows you, there's like a translation for the language.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember the captions are in Futuro, which is like a weird choice. That's the font.
Oh yeah. Design here.
What's up? I can recognize fonts.
Yeah. She's always telling me what fonts are.
I really am.
You're just like my dad. He points to the sky. He's like, that's a C49.
Oh my God.
Planes.
My dad does that with clouds. He's like, that's an ascending cumulus.
I only remember cumulus too.
Same.
That's in one of my jokes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because it's the only cloud I know.
Yeah.
Is there like strata something?
Yeah, like stratus.
Yes, something like that.
Anyway.
And that's the one that's all wispy and can be in big shapes.
Oh, we are going past my knowledge now.
Right. Join the Patreon for cloud knowledge. We're starting a Patreon. We don't know what it'll be yet.
Yeah.
We will know by the time this is released.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you'll be sick of hearing about earthquakes too.
Yeah.
Anyway, we put it on, right? And that opening's on.
Yeah.
It's a different language it's being translated. And the captions are also on. Right?
Oh, okay.
So I was like, hey, can we turn the captions off? And then he goes, oh, what? You know this alien language? He got so mad. He thought I jumped the gun on the captions and too quickly was like, you know I don't like captions. And he's like, oh, you understand the alien language?
Oh my God.
So funny.
You understand the Fremen language? Yeah. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh God.
You got a stupid story? We're ready, right?
Yeah.
Oh, 6:30.
Okay, so I don't think I've told this on the pod. I may have told it in like snippets, I don't know. But okay, so the most embarrassing thing about me is that when I was in college, I was in an improv group. And we would travel for like competitions and like improv festivals and shit. Mm-hmm. And so this was my junior year at college, and I had like met and like the guy who I would end up dating for 5 years was like in that improv group. And that's like how I met him.
Yeah.
And we had like just started fucking before we went on this trip. We went to Georgetown University.
Oh, yeah.
And for like a big college improv festival or whatever. And so we, when you go to like these like college improv festivals, they like the students allow you to like stay on their floor, right?
Oh, yeah.
So we like all were sleeping on the floor.
They're like, look at these dorks just walking around naming objects and then doing the opposite name of the object. That's a warm up, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
First you're like, table, light, mirror. And then you have to be like, apple. Like you're pointing at a table, but you're like, it's an apple.
Yeah, you have to like name it something else.
To train yourself to be more of a loser.
Yeah. Dude, doing improv exercises is training yourself to be more of a loser.
The most embarrassing thing about me is this improv thing. And then as you said that, I was trying to make a joke I was trying to be like, no, what can I say to her that's more embarrassing about her?
Yeah, what's more embarrassing about me?
And I could not think of anything.
Yeah.
I was like, no, she's right. She's right.
It is the most embarrassing. I did improv for 10 years.
The length of time is what's crazy.
I spent thousands of dollars being trained in improv. It's awful. I did it in college. I did it in high school and in college and after college.
Do you believe what people say about it being a cult or having a lot of cult-like
it definitely has cult-like
factors?
qualities.
Yeah.
I would describe it as a pyramid scheme.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're like, you have to pay more in order to get here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway,
in order to get your mind cleared.
Yeah. You have to go clear like in Scientology and be like, apple, and then point at a table. And then they're
I
like,
won't let that real table influence me. It's an apple.
And they're like, okay,
I'm all in my mind.
You go to the next level. It's 10 grand.
Yeah.
That's like all it is. So we were staying on the floor of these people who like, okay, first of all, Georgetown University is like a very like, it's a hard to get into school and everybody there is rich from what I've seen. And like the people we were staying with, there's this lady, she was so annoying. I forget her name. She had red hair, but like there was one time we were like walking around the campus with her and it was me and Rylan.
Oh,
and
Rylan's a comic in New York. She's so funny.
Rylan Sylvester. She's so fucking funny. I've known her forever. We went to college together and she's a great comedian.
I don't think I knew you went to college together.
Oh, really?
No.
That's how we met.
Oh,
yeah.
You probably told me at some point.
Rylan and Odea.
She's so funny. They're both funny.
Dude, yeah. Rylan and Odea, we all were in the same improv
Rylan
group.
on the pod.
I know, we should.
What are we doing?
Truly.
Yeah.
But so we were walking around, it was me and Rylan walking around campus with this annoying girl whose house we were staying in. And she was like, my parents are diplomats, so I can speak a lot of languages. And then she's like describing the buildings on campus, which I'm like, why do you care so much about your fucking campus? Like we're at Binghamton University and we're like, yeah, this fucking place is trash. And they like are in love with their college. And she was like, so I don't know if you've noticed, but all of the architecture on campus is mid-century modern. And then if you look over at this building, what kind of architecture is it? And we're like, it's like a big church and we're like Gothic. And she's like,
I was going to say Gothic.
Yeah. And she's like, oh my God.
Everyone knows Gothic.
I know.
That's like the baseline architecture knowledge. Everyone knows it.
And she was
That's the only one I know.
Yeah. And then she was like, oh my God, yes. Yeah. Like we were babies because we went to a state school.
Yeah.
And she was so annoying. So we were staying in her house. So this guy that I had been like kind of sleeping with, we weren't dating yet. We were.
But it is the one you dated for 5 years.
The guy I ended up dating for 5 years. He's actually a very nice man, but this story does not make him seem like that. So we were on her. Like living.
My toes poking out of my sock.
Uh-oh.
Didn't know this was happening.
Maxim, can you zoom in for the YouTube?
No, you don't have to.
Yeah, please don't.
They'll do it themselves.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I know. Dude, you're going to be on like celebrityfeet.com.
Yeah, like Z-list celebrity feet.
Yeah, Z-list celebrity feet.
I know where I stand.
It's just people I know.
Yeah.
People I have heard of. So basically like in her living room, there was like the living room and then there was like this bar area. Yeah. So me and my like hookup part.
Sorry, this is the living room of the annoying girl.
And we're sleeping on her floor. Yeah. So we get super drunk that night. This guy that I'm like seeing steals 2 cans of soup from the house that there was a party at. we're waiting for.
That's what makes him a bad guy?
No.
Okay.
There's more.
I was gonna say that's
He
fine.
steals 2 cans of soup and he's like we're waiting for the Uber and he's like, hey, check this out. And then pulls out 2 cans of
Were
soup.
they good soups?
It was Italian wedding.
Oh.
2 cans of Italian wedding.
Noodles and shit.
Yeah, it's like a red soup.
Okay.
Anyway.
Right.
So we go back to the place. We are like...
Maxim's because I got stuck on a detail. I get it.
Yeah. I can't get through a fucking story because you're like, what kind of soup is that? Can you describe the kind of soup?
Like when Mike Christine was like, what kind of chair?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. And so like we go back to the place. There's like 2 people sleeping in the living room.
Happened. She couldn't really describe the soup. So... like I'm assessing your like the truth of it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. What kind of soup?
I know this is an interrogation.
I start writing it down.
Yeah. The lighting turns into only overhead lighting, and I'm in shackles. So we there's like 2 people sleeping on the living room floor, and everybody else is sleeping elsewhere, and we are like we're like behind the bar.
Yeah.
And we start we have sex and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then the next day at brunch.
Wait, sorry. Let me make sure I understand this. The floor you're on, there were other people on the floor, but you were behind the bar.
We were behind the bar, but in the same room. It was open, but they couldn't see us.
Okay, yeah.
And
but whenever you're drunk thinking you can have sex, it's because you can't. It's harder to take perspective of the other people.
Totally.
When you're drunk.
Totally. Yeah. And we were like, enough, put your headphones in, to the other guy in the room. And then, so the next day we're at brunch and we're all sitting around a table and we're eating and stuff. And then Anaf is like, last night I heard Ali call Harry daddy. And everybody laughs. And then Harry in front of everybody.
No, I would hate this so much.
And then Harry in front of everybody was like, yeah, don't do that again.
Oh my God. Harry.
Yeah, I know. And then
you're a nice guy most of the time.
Dude, yeah, I know. And then a detail that I missed was that at the party that night where he stole the soup from, early on in the night, we had been hooking up for a few weeks.
Yeah.
Early on in the night, we're hanging out talking in this it's like an improv, college improv group party.
Yeah.
It's all the teams came together. We were hanging out talking and I go to kiss him and then he pulls away from me. And I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, I don't know. There might be in my mind, I was like, oh, he thinks he's going to hook up with somebody else here. And then I fucked him anyway that night. And then I dated him for 5 years.
Yeah. Wait, so what happened after he said, don't say it again? Did you guys have a fight?
No, I was deeply embarrassed and I never stood up for myself. And then I dated him for 5 years.
You had to have said it again.
No, I never said it again because I was so upset.
Yeah.
I was so embarrassed. I was like, Jesus Christ, enough. I told you to put your fucking headphones in.
Oh, man.
I know, yeah.
That is embarrassing.
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed.
Yeah. It was deeply embarrassing.
Yeah. Oh, God. I was on a camping trip once with my boyfriend and a bunch of his friends. And we went to bed early. And then he was not a good guy. And we went to bed early. And they were at the campfire. We were all pretty drunk. Mm-hmm. And then me and him had sex. And then afterwards, I told him, I was like, I don't want them to hear us. We have to be quiet. I don't want them to hear. It's embarrassing for me.
Yeah.
Before we had, as it was starting, I was like, we got to be really quiet. And then afterwards he goes loudly, he's like, did you come?
Oh my God.
Obviously just to let his friends know that we were having sex.
And that he also didn't know if you came. I don't know what that's like.
Yeah, that's true. It's more embarrassing for him.
Did you come? I've never seen a woman come before.
Did you come? We've been dating for years and I've never gotten to know you well enough to know when it happened.
Yeah. Anyway, you got a stupid story?
Oh, I do. I thought about this the other day because I resurrected a joke that I did at Ambush last week. And I loved the joke and I forgot I loved it. And now I'm excited again.
Nice.
And there's a lot of places in it where I'm talking about something else kind of, but in the joke, I get to describe how stupid I am. Because I'm comparing, basically, I'll just explain the the premise of the joke.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
I have no idea what's going on.
I'm being really abstract.
Yeah, I know. There's something else going on, but
it's it's like in a relationship when you're trying to say something, but you don't want to say. So you're just like, oh, well, in general.
Yeah, not today. I don't feel this way today about what you did, but what you did today reminded me of other times that I felt this way, but I didn't feel this way today.
Yeah. There's this thing I know that I need to tell you to be fully clear about what I'm saying, but I'm not going to say it.
What I'm trying to say is I think you're gay.
Yeah. So the premise is that I think God is embarrassed of what he wrote, right? And I won't do the whole thing, but the reason I feel that way is because I'm embarrassed of everything I've ever done.
Yeah.
Things I was serious about at one point, I'm always like, what? Like who? Like bird-like creature in my PhD? Man, I should add that. That's not even in the bit.
Yeah.
But so then I get to be like, that's because that's the old God. Like everything he wrote in the Bible was the old him.
Yeah, give him a break.
Yeah, he probably hates it.
It's like when Kevin Hart made all of those like homophobic jokes.
That's
like
part of the joke.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I've definitely seen it before.
You may have seen it.
But like a long time ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't done it in a long time. But anyway, so then I get to be like, the old me is dumb. Like, don't follow me. You know, like I used to think, and then I give all these examples. One of them is I used to think if I eat enough grapes, they're going to fill up in my body in an organized way. Yeah. And eventually I'll see them in my own eyes. And then I'm like, I wrote that down. Like I was like pretty sure.
Wait, when you were young, did you ever try sitting on the toilet and peeing and drinking water at the same time to see if you could pee longer? Because I would do that.
That's a great idea. I don't think I did that, but
I tested the hypothesis.
We would have been friends. We would have been friends back then.
Yeah. I had a hypothesis. I tested it and it ended up not being true.
No.
But I was a little scientist.
You're like, it's not working. You're
I was like...
You know, when you do that little thing when you're on the toilet, you can tell you could pee more.
Yeah,
if you just
do a little squeeze.
Squeeze, yeah. Mm-hmm. You're like, it's working.
Yeah.
Hypothesis supported. You're like baking the data or whatever.
Yeah. I'm baking the data.
It's the wrong analogy, but you know what I'm saying. You're massaging the data.
Then I'm massaging the data, and then I publish it, and then I submit it to the journal you work at, and then you're like, did you push a little hard?
And then I'm like, wait, did that data get a facial?
Yeah.
It's like doesn't make any sense.
Oh God.
Anyway, I have a bunch of like examples of like stupid things I do. Like we talked about on the pod once where I went to a protest about fluoride in our water. Yeah. And I don't even know what side I was on. Yeah. So I started including that. And there's one bit of it where I'm like, remember that song? Oh, skeet, motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
Right? By Lil Jon or something?
Yes.
And
it's Get Low, by the way.
I didn't know what skeet meant.
Yeah.
When that came out, I was in high school. And I had gone to a bowling alley. We were bowling a lot because I got caught drinking and couldn't party anymore. I was too afraid. So then me and my friends who were caught and too scared would go bowling every weekend.
Yeah.
We get covered in cigarette smoke. It was awful. None of us were good.
Yeah.
But we all had crushes on each other.
Oh, I see.
So it was important that we did it, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, at the bowling alley, they'd have those little, like, you put a quarter in, you get some surprise, stupid little thing. And I got a dog tag. It was like a dog tag necklace, a little metal dog tag, blank. And I carved skeet on it. And I wore it all the time. I was wearing it to school. It says skeet. It's on my chest. I didn't really know what it meant.
Yeah, you were like skeet right here.
Yeah.
It was like a direction.
Like I wasn't like a cool enough person to know what it meant and wear it on my chest. Like it was a really funny bit.
Yeah.
You know?
You were doing like authentically.
I authentically didn't know, but I knew skeet was on everyone's minds.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need a skeet necklace.
Yeah.
That's probably in right now, you know? And I don't like in the bit, I just explain that as something stupid I did and how you should never follow the old me.
Yeah.
But I actually don't remember. I must have figured it out at some point.
Yeah.
I don't remember how I figured it out. I probably looked it up. eventually.
Yeah,
but it took me a long time. I was wearing it for a while.
Because you wore it every day.
I don't think my friends told me. They may not have even known.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I feel like your friends would have told you if they knew.
I think they would have told me if they knew.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask them about this.
You should.
Yeah.
Should we get into our posting?
Yeah. Oh, man. We're blazing
blasting through. We had so many stories up top.
We're massaging through.
We're massaging through. Yeah, that's right.
I said blazing, you said blasting, and I'm like, I don't know.
Dude, the other day, Dave was, he was like, dude, I fucking got up. I like ate something that was bad for me, and I got up at 3 a.m. to shit.
Oh.
And he's like explaining the process, and he's like he's like, I had fucking Princess Di at 3 a.m, which is what we call diarrhea.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, yeah, and he was like, I shit for 3 hours. And I was like, did you fall asleep on the toilet? And he's like, no. What happened is I would
You can't do that because your legs fall asleep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, I would get up and then I would my stomach would hurt and I wouldn't be able to fall asleep. So I'd go to the bathroom and then I would get in there and I was like, blast. I was like, you'd blast? And he's like, yeah.
Man, I don't fart a lot, right?
Really?
Not really.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You eat a lot of salads.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
I feel like it's a lot of fiber and stuff, you know?
It is.
Yeah.
And I may have said this to you at some point, but my friend Sierra, who I've been friends with for forever, her whole family, they're huge on farting. Like farting whenever they have the opportunity.
Yeah.
Laughing hysterically, crying, laughing.
Yeah.
And then I'm there, I'm kind of part of the family.
Yeah.
And I love it because I know them or I've known them for years.
Yeah.
But I remember in high school being like, man, I can't even join in. I never get to fart.
You're like, I wish I could muster up a fart for everybody
I didn't
right
feel
now.
Cool.
Yeah. You couldn't fit into their family. You're like the redheaded stepchild because you couldn't fart on command.
Okay. Post from an internet user.
Reddit user.
Reddit. Am I the asshole if I don't apologize until my mum replaces my magnet? Also, they said mum, which means like they're in
British
the UK or something. Yeah. I, 17, and my mum, 45, recently got into a big fight over a magnet on the fridge. I've recently finished the first term of my final year in high school, and I finally had the time to relax. So last night I went to the fridge to get a snack, only to realize my favorite magnet wasn't there. What do you think the magnet is?
I have no idea.
I read this before. I don't even remember them revealing it.
Yeah, I don't think they say what the magnet is. Yeah. Also, I need to know, like, what it is and why it's important to you.
Too.
Why is it your favorite?
Yeah.
Maybe it's remember that Sasquatch magnet you got for me?
Why did I get you that?
I think you were in Washington.
I was just in Washington.
Yeah, and then it's a square magnet that has Sasquatch on it, and you can move him back and forth.
Yeah, that's right. Does the movement mean anything?
He's moving.
That's it? He's just moving through the forest?
Yeah, you could just put him wherever you want.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty cool. Hey, good gift. It's my favorite magnet. It wasn't there. I'll admit, I was very tired. It was about 12:30 a.m. I started to get a bit teary-eyed, so I got my dad just before he went to bed to help me move the fridge and look for it. But it wasn't anywhere. Yikes. You're like sleepy and can't go to bed till you find your magnet?
He's getting teary-eyed because of his magnet.
I imagined a woman. Oh, it's a female. She says 17. Now, when I first got this magnet and put it on the fridge, my mom hated it. It didn't match the rest of the kitchen style because it's bright and colorful. This is like my mom hating the stupid stuff I get from my dad.
Oh, yeah. The horse plates.
Yeah, horse plates.
And the big, huge canvas print of something your brother made.
Microsoft Paint, very pixelated image of a painting my brother
you
made.
You need to take a picture of that.
I know, I got to find it. I got a picture somewhere. It didn't match the rest of the kitchen style because it was bright and colorful. However, my dad got to have his magnets on the fridge. And when I pointed that out, my mom finally agreed to let me keep it on the fridge. What are the dad's magnets? Come on.
I know.
Are they moles?
I know.
My dad would have a mole
magnet. They're washers.
I'm getting my dad a mole magnet this year for Christmas.
Or washers. You should make a magnet
boats.
out of washers And like,
I have one of those on my fridge.
You do?
Kinda, because there's a magnet, washer I picked up for my dad. If you don't listen, I pick up washers for my dad because when I was a kid.
So you can connect.
I knew he loved washers because he's always working on cars and stuff.
Yeah.
So I thought he just liked them.
Yeah.
So I'd pick them up off the street and I'd give them to him.
And now it's a bit.
And now I do it in my 30s.
And your dad probably doesn't know that it's a bit.
Yeah, we don't really know each other at all. Wait, so what's going on? Sorry. So my dad gets to keep his magnets on the fridge.
Yeah.
As stupid as it sounds, that magnet made me really happy. It would always cheer me up when I was going through medical complications and general stress. Okay.
Oh, no.
Also, didn't describe the medical complications.
I know.
I remember that about seeing it
this
before.
Is all
being
so
like,
vague.
Come on.
Dude, imagine having medical complications. Like you got your fucking kidney removed.
Yeah.
And then you're like, at least I have that colorful magnet on the fridge. And then you come home and it's not there.
I can't wait to see my colorful magnet.
Yeah.
It would always cheer me up when I was going through medical complications, general stress. Not to mention, I paid $30 for it with my own money.
Oh my God.
It was an official merchandise that has now been discontinued. So I did panic a bit when I realized it was missing. My dad eventually calmed me down and said we'd have a better look for it in the morning. When I get up this morning, I see my mom on the couch. I ask her if she knows what happened to it. She responds with, I threw it out when I was cleaning out the fridge. I didn't know it was yours.
Wow.
After that convo, she knew.
Damn.
This made me really, one of the horse plates got broken at some point. I'm like, did my mom pretend to accidentally break it?
Oh my God. Have you ever seen
in pieces? They glued it back together.
Have you ever seen A Christmas Story?
Lots of pieces.
Christmas Story?
Yeah, I think so.
So there's he gets the leg lamp as a prize.
Oh, yeah.
And his wife hates it. And he comes in one day and it's on the floor all broken. She's like, I'm so sorry. I was just dusting and it fell over and I broke your lamp. And then he flips out because it's a sexy woman's leg lamp. And he puts it in the front of the fucking house. That's what your mom did with the horse plates.
Yeah, she may have tried to break it. How did that kid explain why he licked the pole? Do you remember?
It wasn't the main kid who did it.
Oh,
it
he
was
got
his friend.
dared, right?
He got dared to do it, yeah.
That's right. Okay. I couldn't.
Brittany getting stuck on details again. Once again.
Well, I'm not going to concentrate till I remember the tongue part.
Yeah.
This made me really upset because I'm the only one in the house who liked the particular show this magnet was from. Okay, so it's about a show. She's 17. Euphoria?
Maybe it could be Grey's Anatomy. I don't know. I feel like there's 17-year-olds because of streaming. Maybe it's The Office merch. Who knows?
Colorful. I wonder if it's a cartoon.
Yeah, maybe it's Adventure Time or something.
Yeah.
Dude, what if it's a really, really lewd magnet?
It's the Simpsons porn.
Yeah. It's Simpsons porn magnet. And then her mom is
Marge looking back all goofy.
Yeah. Marge looking back with her huge big naturals. And then Homer just fucking giving it to her doggy style. And then her mom is like, it's too colorful.
Yeah. Okay, so as the day goes on, I just get more and more upset because there couldn't be any way she didn't know it was mine. We had the argument about being on the fridge, and it was in the style of one of my favorite shows, so of course she knew it was mine. So I ended up doing something petty and stupid. I take one of the many fake plants she has bought recently and put it outside, waiting to see how long it would take her for her to notice when one of her decorations goes missing. That's not a big move.
I know.
Oh, I put your plant outside.
I put your plant that can't die in a place that's not normal. Yeah. Oh, that's so funny.
About an hour later, she comes into my room screaming and yelling at me about how I was being petty, mean, and a bitch for putting her fake plant outside, and then took my phone and my laptop away.
Oh my God.
Man, this mom is over the top.
Yeah, I do feel like I am kind of on the side of the magnet lady in this.
Definitely. My dad later came in. I mean, if the mom was so worried about the magnet, tried it out for a while in the fridge, really hated it, she could have at least been like, hey, what do you think about somewhere
putting
in your room?
Simpsons porn in your room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next to your nightlight.
Yeah. next to all the other Simpsons porn that you have in there.
Her whole room is a collage
Simpsons
of
porn.
Simpsons porn.
It's like Lois from Family Guy getting railed by the dog.
My dad later came in and told me that what I did was dumb, but he understood it completely and how important the magnet was to me. But he said that I should probably, he's like, I get it. Your mom throws out all my washers too. But he said I should probably apologize. I told him I wasn't going to apologize unless she replaced my magnet. So would I be the asshole if I didn't apologize until she replaced my magnet that I bought with my own money? Edit. Just some more quick info. My dad's taking me out today to see if we can find something similar. And as a lot of you suggested, I'm going to keep it in my room and away from her. Rent and housing prices where I live is very high.
So she can't move out, I think.
Oh, right. Okay. I was like, what's going on here?
She's also 17. You shouldn't have
There's
to move
high
out.
rent. I got medical issues.
Yeah. And I can't. The only thing that makes my medical issues better is looking at Simpsons porn magnets.
On the Simpsons porn.
The Simpsons porn is so funny.
I can't move out. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. My magnet isn't the end of the world. I just know to keep my stuff safe in my room now.
Is that what she said?
Yeah. Update. Dad and I just got home. Just as I said, the magnet wasn't in the store I originally got it from. Oh. He insists I apologize to my mom, but only for putting the fake plants outside and not for anything else because he's with me on this one.
Wow.
Apparently, my mom tried looking for a replacement for the magnet, but because she didn't know what she was looking for, she passed the job of replacing the magnet onto my dad.
Wow. Okay, honestly, I'm not usually like this, but I do think this mother is a tyrant.
Yes, me too.
Being like, she has kids in her home and she's like, I don't like colorful things.
Yeah.
It's like those like sad, I don't know if you've seen
She's like
this.
Embarrassed that her daughter likes a colorful magnet.
Yeah.
About a TV show.
It's like, have you
seen
She
has an interest.
Yeah, I know. A special interest, you might say, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, a special.
If you know what I mean. This person has a lot of special interests, probably.
Are people still doing Simpsons porn? Like it was so... It was so big, like in the 90s.
I don't know. You know what? I'm going to look it up right now.
Is cartoon porn still a big thing?
Simpsons,
or was it just because it was so hard to access real porn?
Simpsons porn.
People were just drawing it like crazy.
Pornhub, Simpsons porn videos.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh my God, look.
Wait, you got to... This thing's blocking it.
Check that out.
Oh my God.
So Simpsons porn does
reminds
exist
me of a lot of my emails from when I first got email. Yikes.
Yeah.
It's just like a lot of like, what do you call it when you have a shirt that's so short that your boobs are sticking out from underneath?
Yeah, it's like yeah. Like
what's that called?
Underboob.
It's a lot of underboob.
Yeah.
A lot of dead eyes. Dead-eyed Maggie, is that her name?
It's just like regular porn.
Yeah. Regular porn, but yeah, there's Marge. There's Marge looking back. I knew it.
Like, I know this one.
I think I looked at this right before the pod, and that's how I knew. There she is again.
Oh my God. Dude, oh my God. She's looking back, and you can see her pussy and ass, and she's sucking some person's yellow cock. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
They got more nuanced with it, I would say, compared to...
You know what I'm most surprised about? That Marge Simpson is yellow, and her pussy is pink.
Yeah. It should maybe be a different shade of yellow.
Maybe it should be like a darker yellow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's weird that her areola... You know what? I'm going to write these guys. Yeah. I'm going to write in and be like, actually...
I'm really into this, except for this.
Yeah. It really like takes me out of the fantasy of fucking Marge Simpson.
Yeah, it's... actually, that's something I kind of noticed without realizing it. As I scrolled through, I was like, I think it feels weird because some of it's a little too realistic.
Yeah.
They're drawing veins on the penis. When I saw it, it was very rudimentary.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's fun about it. It's like...
I know, yeah. It's like all of the
like
cocks.
A dream world.
Saying it's like a dream world is so ridiculous.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like a dream
sort of like
world.
I'm really into it.
Yeah, I know. It really sounds like you're really